I saw this story. I got excited about it because I like it when people do multiple events, and I especially like it when people have already won a gold medal do multiple events. Yulimar Rojas said that she wants to do the long jump next year, which is really exciting. She's obviously long jumped before, but she's completely obliterated the record book in the triple jump. So it's fun that she would take on this challenge. So she just for perspective, her wind legal PB is 688, but she jumped a 727 wind aided with a plus 2.7. And just for reference, world record outdoors is 752. That record is obviously stronger than the people consider it stronger than the triple jump world record. So she has some work to do, but I like that she's going for it, even if we're not talking about world records, if we're just talking about her competing. She mentioned in the interview, like last year, she was thinking about doing it, but because the way the schedule was in Tokyo, they couldn't do it. Which let's just pause for a second and say how ridiculous it is. You have a 10-day track meet and you can't figure out how to not overlap the long jump and the triple jump. Guys, what are we doing here? Like, what are we? We're not making accommodations for Safan Hassan tripling or anything crazy like that. We're just asking, don't put the long jump and the triple jump on top of each other. You got enough runways, you got enough time, make it happen. I digress. Are you excited about this? I mean, this is kind of fun because she's good enough in the event where you can see the possibilities, but she obviously isn't a shoe in because it's an entirely different event.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much. I'm not when I say too much, I know nothing about the mechanics and the crossover ability between triple jumping and long jumping. The dumb me just says, well, they're both horizontal jumps. They both require similar muscle strength groups that you just gotta do it differently. Like one time you're jumping three times, the other time you're jumping one time. It's just,
More speed in
it's
long
the
jump.
same. Yeah, you
More
just need to
speed,
run
less
fast
technique in
down the
long jump.
run. Yeah, just run fast down along the runway. So my dumb self would say like, hey, it's not that big of a challenge, but at the same time, it is something that's like kind of unique where some people decide to not like be very diverse in track and field and just go all in on one event. Like there are even like 100-meter guys who are like, I don't want to do the
Yeah,
200.
yeah.
Like they're like, I'm just going all in on the 100, 200. It's not for me. And that's like, whoa, why don't you want to get good in both? And I think Rojas was like, yeah, I can be the greatest that's ever lived in triple jump. Why do I need to go and get seventh in the long jump when I could just be perfect in the triple? And I think now that she's done everything she could ever do in the triple jump, I think
Yeah.
it's time for her to give herself a new challenge. It reminds me of when Ashton Eaton was like, hey, I'm going to try to get good in the 400 hurdles. Let's see
Hmm.
if I can make like a Diamond League final in the 400 hurdles. And
Yeah.
I look at it that way. She's such a great athlete that she needs a new carrot to attach, and it's like, hey, what if I got really good in the long jump, and then I can challenge myself in 2024 and try to become a double Olympic champion.
Hmm.
Because I don't think she's going to lose her triple jump dominance by putting more time and energy into the long jump because she has such a wide margin of victory
Yeah.
that she can afford to kind of lose a few centimeters there and still own that event.
Long jump's obviously more speed based and less technique, right? That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
So when you talk to people who are historians of the long jump and they talk about why are the performances not as good as they used to be, a lot of them point to the fact that people are specializing now. So there's fast people who could be really good long jumpers, but they're not jumping. So I mean, she's run a 1194 100, but that was back in 2013. So that was 8 years ago. Like she doesn't have 100 to her name, so we don't really know the top end speed. I more just look at okay, she's long jumped over 720. Yeah, it was wind dated. She clearly has enough speed. She's 6'4". I mean, if she was 6'4" running the 100, you'd be like, wow, that's like a very, very, very tall person running the 100. She's got the technical aspects down very well. It's tough. It's no guarantee. I remember talking to a track coach a long time ago who said that they pay, long and jump and triple jump get paired together, but they're not in many ways not that compatible at all. Like they both use runways and they both jump into a pit, but there's a lot of differences between the two, but because they're both horizontal jumps, people group them together. So again, she's done it enough to where you're like, all right, she clearly has the ability to go farther than she has before. Just how good, I don't know. And to think she's going to be just as good in the long jump as she is in the triple jump, obviously that'd be a really impressive performance for her. But I like it. Again, I like it because she's taking on a new challenge. And what else is there left to achieve in the triple jump? Get the top 10 marks of all time? The top 12? At a certain point, you got to do new things to motivate yourself.